Oklahoma. Huddle up. It's time to go inside the High School Huddle on Hot 93.7 FM and streaming worldwide on GuthrieSportsPage.com. The High School Huddle will take you where you want to go with coaches, players, your phone calls, texts, and tweets. Join the huddle and let's talk high school sports with your hosts, Chris Evans, Casey Porter, and Phil Nichols.
Stacy's Place in beautiful downtown Guthrie. So glad to have you on board as we get set for another week of the huddle. Got a lot's going on. There's not maybe a lot going on the court or hardwood right now, but a lot of stuff off the field that we're going to get into a whole lot here. And so glad to have you. 93.7 FM KSBI alongside Phil Nichols, Casey Porter. I'm Chris Evans. Welcome in to the hour-long high school.
And you mentioned kind of a lull as far as basketball goes. Now, there are some match play games, but it's still a little bit too early to tell. When you talk about like Pond Creek, Hunter, and some of these schools like Davenport who just literally got their kids off the basketball court a week or two ago. I know Davenport took down Coyle in a couple of very close games last evening. But it's very difficult to tell how basketball is going to shape up to this point. You will not be able to tell until some of those football players get into basketball shape, and that usually happens over the Christmas break. Now, there is some good wrestling. I know there's a lot of good wrestling tournaments going around, but the basketball tournaments usually don't kick into full gear till about a week or two after Christmas break for that very fact. But I know there is a lot of good wrestling going on.
Yeah, there's good wrestling going on. You know, of course, I like this time of the year, too, to watch those Division III, Division II,
football games.
Football games. Those are a lot of fun. I enjoy those so much. I mean, it's you get to watch so many kids that are. I don't want to imply that kids at the D1 level don't love the game. A lot of them are late bloomers. Well, they're late bloomers. The biggest difference, obviously, and I know you guys know this, the big uglies look a little different at that level. You'll still see some skilled kids out there.
And the depth.
That's right. But you'll still see some pretty spectacular skilled kids. A lot of them going to play on Sundays, obviously.
We know North Dakota State.
They got beat.
Well, I know, and they had beat 7 Division I schools in a row.
Yeah, they're legit. I mean, they're legit. So great caliber
of NFL quarterback right now.
Oh, yeah, big time. So a great caliber of college football being played right now, which I really enjoy. You know, that Army-Navy game always kind of leads to that.
In Baltimore, by the way.
In Baltimore. Casey.
Whoa, what's up with that?
I don't know, but you sure didn't waste any time correcting us. Let me tell you. Well, I'll tell you what.
I got to take my chances when they present themselves.
Yeah, and then there was some great wrestling, too, Casey. I know we talk about Alex Nelson, Guthrie boy right now wrestling, nationally ranked. I think he's either 3rd or 4th in the nation this week, but doing really good things at NEO, so they've been really busy, and so it's just been a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun this time of year.
No doubt, and we're going to jump right into our special guest here tonight. It's the second most popular guest we'll probably ever have. Van Shea, Ivan, the most popular guest we'll ever have here, who, by the way, Van Shea is in the house tonight. He's signing autographs back there, one for $5 or two for 10.
There's a reason why he's here tonight, isn't there?
There's absolutely a reason. Casey, this is something pretty cool tonight that we've been a part of, that we got to see tonight.
Very cool event. It's not very often where one human being does anything for 50 years. We are with a guy tonight, and my father, Terry Porter, who has officiated for now this is his 50th year, and he is still officiating this year. He's been to the highest levels of officiating at all levels. I know he's done just multiple state tournaments in all sports, state finals, you name it. In my opinion, and obviously I'm biased because he is my father, but I also think I'm objective just from looking at how it's gone. He is the most famous and most accomplished high school official in the entire state of Oklahoma, in the history of the state of Oklahoma. Mr. Terry Porter has joined us. Dad, we appreciate you coming on with us.
Well, thank you for inviting me on. That was a little much. I don't know about the famous and all of that. Maybe the most maybe even disliked, or maybe recognizable when you have my facial features and my long face that goes all the way to the back of my head. you're kind of remembered.
I know all about it. I got all the genetics.
I was
Right?
going to say, I was preaching to the choir. Right?
This is on video, right?
When I knew he was coming, I think he was 20% excited about it,
Yeah.
50%.
Oh, I had to hide it, yeah.
20% excited about it, 50% embarrassed about it, and another 30% trying to decide which one he's embarrassed or excited about.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
I think it was really cool to have all those great officials and great coaches all in one room. Is very cool.
Well, I think you look around that room. Of course, we had the privilege of being in there tonight, and it's really a neat thing for me because
First of all, yeah, we invited all the officials that he's officiated with, the most important people to him, and they all showed up. So.
Well, and it's a who's who.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, so there's a lot of Hall of Famers in that room that we just walked out of, and that's made the comment to you. Some of the guys, some of your dad's, oldest and dearest friends were sharing stories of. And how many times have I said to you guys, if we did this radio stuff, it'd be a blast to officiate.
Oh, yeah.
How many times? I mean, that'd be so much fun to travel and just the camaraderie. And, that's the thing. I could listen to guys like that talk for days. I mean, I love the stories. I love what officials stand for. Your dad said something tonight, Terry, and this is something that really hit me. Being an athlete my whole life and just loving sports so much. You talked about you do it for the coaches. And that really had an effect on me because I've never thought of it from that perspective before. But what a great thing! I really would you share that again? Just kind of your thoughts on why officiate.
Well, what I said and what I meant and what I'll say again is I officiate, always have, always will, for the coaches. Quite frankly, I've never officiated a game for the players.
Right.
Or the fans. Here's my philosophy on that. A coach lives in a community. He goes to the church. He goes to the convenience store. He goes to Walmart. Wherever he goes, he sees, especially in our smaller communities, he sees the same group of people. It's usually 15 to 20 that are out a lot, over and over and over and over. So therefore, he's got a lot of the stress of those people. Now, he's making a living for his wife and family. He's putting food on the table, doing the best he can. And the least we can do is show up for 2.5, 3 hours and give him our best shot, because this is an avocation for us. When I leave the gym, I go home, I go to bed or watch TV, and it's over. Not the coach. No, he's studying film. He's worried about the next game. He's got a child, one of his players has got an issue. Things are happening. And the least we can do when we're there is give the coach the best shot. Because that is not affecting the fans or even really the other kids. They move on real quick. But you're there for that coach. That's just been my philosophy all these years. And that's the way I approach it when I show up. I don't care whether it's Glencoe or wherever. It just doesn't matter to me. That's the way I feel about it.
Does it feel like 50 years? I mean, that's a long time.
That's a great question, Chris. No.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
No, it don't.
Yeah.
Because the good Lord's blessed me with health. He's blessed me with the best wife in the world, great son, great daughter, is who they have allowed me to go. Mm-hmm. There's been years, could have happened years ago that people throw up their hands and say, I'm tired of you going. Mm-hmm. It never happened.
Same gyms, same coaches. Obviously, the players change. Same travel, same back roads.
Everything. Yeah, no, it don't. And I feel, thank the good Lord, knock on wood, I feel good. I feel real good. And I've had quite a weekend, and I feel real good today. I can't wait to go. We got a junior high game at Glencoe next week, and that's the way it works. We just, before I went on this last weekend, we did 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th over at Keystone. So then we got a high school tournament that Dad goes on and on. But no, to answer your question, I feel good. Now I'm way overweight, way overweight, and I'm not near what I used to be. I'm not fooling anybody, including myself. But no, I feel good.
Yeah,
real good. I want to go on.
And I know you're not one that the humbleness you can obviously hear in his voice, guys. you're not one that likes to talk about yourself.
Oh,
In fact,
no.
I kind of had to hide this from you. I didn't think I'd get you over here.
Kinda, you did hide it from me.
But I do know that you want to talk about all of the people that made this special for you, all the officials that you've worked with throughout the years.
Oh, boy, I tell you, the list is quite long. But I'm a person, you're going to have to earn my respect.
Yeah.
I think we're all that way. We're not just handing up respect out just to every guy that walks down the street. But I started naming names. I would leave them out because, I go back to 1969, and I have a guy named Jerry Reese who got me started, helped me put my legs on the ground and showed me how to handle coaches and, handle the game. A lot of things, one of the main things about officiating is handling the coach.
Mm-hmm.
Just handling the coach. I mean, he's and then managing the game. When you manage the game, whether you call it way too close or it's maybe looser than they like, just manage the game. But anyway, there's a couple of guys in here. Guy Hayes, I may get a little emotional because
Guy and Worry, yeah, obviously.
well,
Gene Benson.
Gene Benson, Rick Bales,
Rick Bales, Rick Mashew, Tom
Rick
Singh,
Mashew, Tom Singh,
Teddy O'Donnell,
these are the best officials you'll ever see at anywhere I've
Wes
done.
Hurlbut.
Oh my,
Yeah.
yes, oh yeah, Bill Allensworth. You can go around the world and you won't find better officials than this. And when I say that, they've went through the fire. They've called these Saturday night areas to qualify people for the state tournament, where the loser's had a great year. Maybe he's 28-3, and he's going home. He's going home,
right.
and then you're having to call the game, make the calls, and I think I said earlier, and maybe I'm repeating myself, but another pressure they have, these kind of officials have, that's been around a long time, is they may heck they may be over at Choctaw and they're signed down there from Enid, and they got a local team. Lo and behold, they know 50 or 60 people.
Right.
Yep.
Personally,
It's a lot of
that's in the
pressure.
crowd. It's a lot of pressure
Yeah.
because it affects your personal life the 3 hours after the game's over. And that really, believe it or not, that's one of the biggest issues you have.
Of course, you've done all the three sports: football, basketball, baseball. Been with the Big 8/Big 12 for 35 years. Obviously, the last decade or so now in the booth.
Yes,
Referee.
yeah, since the inception. I think it's been 12 years.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
With the replay, yeah.
With instant replay upstairs. How's that? I mean, you're not on the field, but you're still around the guys and travel.
Oh,
Is
it's
it-
wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really wonderful. You get to kind of still feel a part of it. You don't have the pressure of making the calls. The only difference is that one of the differences is that you're perusing every play.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if it's a tackle or a quarterback kneel down. I mean, you're responsible for every play. When you're on the field, it's broken up in zones.
Right.
I was always a deep official, so I'm looking at the widest receiver. On a kick, I'm looking at the flyer. You only have 2 or 3 players. In replay, man, you got it all. And you have no excuses because you have video.
Yeah.
And even then, you have trouble finding it,
Yeah.
even with good video.
Are you always enclosed?
Yes,
You're not in the elements.
We're looking on 65-inch screens. What a lot of people don't realize is they're looking at smaller monitors.
We're looking at something
than
like
people
a
at home.
computer
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
the booth is enclosed and it's locked, and no one's allowed to come
Yeah.
in. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Nobody. No one. I mean, you can't bring
And
anybody
you do
in.
have an open line for Big 12 games with Walt Anderson. Is that correct?
Well, Mr. Anderson is not necessarily he, but we have a command center.
Yeah. Right.
And there's an official in there in case it's something just enormous that can call and help you out if they choose.
Walt, the director of
Yeah,
officials.
right.
Yeah, and I know there's a lot of people. I've heard you talk about it several times. A lot of people along the way. Anytime you're going to be as successful as you have been, there's going to have been people along the way that have helped you get there.
Oh, gosh,
So, as far as your Big 12 career, I know there's a bunch of people that are dear to you with that.
yeah. Guy Hayes in here will give me a lot of guidance way back when, like in basketball and actually in football. Guy is one of the best football officials I've ever seen.
You
at
can just
any
tell by
level.
hearing them talk. that
Oh,
he
yeah.
was-
Absolutely.
Let me tell you, this,
Hey, we're not going to mess around here. We're going to do this, and that's going to be the end
this
of
guy
it.
is huge. I mean, he's huge. And then in football, to get into the next level, I did a couple, 3 junior college national championships, Coffeyville playing NEO and stuff. And then I was doing that, and then in the OIC, it was Central State and Southwest of that league, and I was doing that, and then all of a sudden, a guy named Kent Houck from Stillwater asked me if I wanted to come to do a scrimmage at OSU, and I said, well, absolutely. So I go up there, next thing I know, it worked out.
Wow.
And
First game at Kansas State, 1983.
Yep, Kansas
They got
State.
beat by Long Beach State. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Who was
of course
coaching
they got beat.
K-State then?
Jim Dickey was still there. That was his
Okay.
last year.
Now, okay,
Coach Dickey.
I got to ask this because these guys are very near and dear to my life. The Foster family at Coffeyville Community College.
I don't know him personally.
Okay, you
but-
didn't know Coach Foster or
No,
Skip
I did
or
not. I just had him
Yeah.
in that particular game. I know. Did he come to OU as a recruiting coordinator? or
Yeah,
something?
yeah. It was funny. Dick Foster, who's a longtime junior college coach, his son Skip is a great coach too. He told me the funniest thing ever on a recruit was he was Eureka, Kansas, where I was raised, and was recruiting some other guys. He looked at me and he goes, "Nichols," he said, "you're built for junior college football." And I said, "Why is that?" He goes, "Well, first of all, you're not that good." He said, "Second of all, there's no rules over here in junior college football." But no, they're good people. They knew my family for years and years and years, go way back. But
Quite successful.
yeah, very successful guys in their own right. But, and of course, in Kansas, that Jayhawk JUCO league is so prevalent. I mean, JUCO football is big time in Kansas. Big time.
Yeah, no doubt.
So-
No doubt. And I know
It is.
you spend many a plane rides doing some of the smaller stuff, like you just mentioned a minute ago, and cutting your teeth. I know I was telling you guys the story. We flew to Tahlequah, and Dad did an NEOSU game, and there was one pilot, and that was it.
That's right.
And Dad turns to me and he goes, "What happens if this guy has a heart attack?" That's
my favorite story. That's my favorite story you've ever told me.
That wasn't one of our better moves.
Dad goes, "I'm never doing this again."
I love that story.
True story, by the way.
How old were you?
Yeah, he flew out to Pasadena, California, and didn't tell any of us. We thought he was doing the Rose Bowl. He was doing Occidental College playoff game.
That's true. I didn't let him know. That Occidental.
Oh, Grandpa, his brother, and everybody went with him.
Oh, yeah,
Get
they all
get
went.
out there. It's Occidental College.
I love it.
See, Occidental sits up on a hill above the Rose Bowl.
great.
Yeah, he just said he's going to Pasadena. We're like, oh, the Rose Bowl.
He never said he was doing the Rose Bowl.
And by the way, he was the first, we do believe, first Oklahoman ever to officiate the Rose Bowl.
So some of your
Wisconsin
peers,
and Army.
some of your peers were in there rattling off. So what bowl game have you not
Boy,
covered?
I can't think of any.
Because you said the sugar, right?
Yeah,
I've done it twice.
Cotton,
Yes.
yeah.
rose, of course,
Yeah.
the orange.
Yes.
Yeah, well,
No,
the orange
no.
was the big one,
Yeah.
National championship.
Yeah.
Well, no, I understand, but I'm just for our listeners. I'm just kind of going through.
No,
What's
Fiesta?
no,
Fiesta?
Fiesta, yeah.
Okay.
I got one. El Paso.
Oh, yeah, we've been to the Sun Bowl several times.
I've done it twice.
The Brute
Yeah, that's
Bowl.
where Mom wanted 2 cases of vanilla, so we went to the market in Juarez.
You got me nervous
I had
there
to
for a second.
carry-
You started
I
with
had-
one of 2 cases.
I had
don't
to
know where
carry a
this was
case
going.
on each shoulder thinking I'm getting ready to get robbed. I buy an REO Speedwagon tape. I get the guy to give it to me for $0.25. I come back in and put it in my Walkman and it won't play.
Yeah.
Trying to figure it out. Open up the case and there's no tape in it.
Yeah.
He had just put an empty case.
Yeah.
I thought I was getting a
Hey,
good deal.
My dad would have told me, boy, that's cheap tuition. That's all.
Man, I thought I got him all the way down to $0.25 for an
That's
REO
great.
Speedwagon.
Well, we get to vanilla back home. It was wrapped in newspaper.
Oh, yeah.
And it's imitation.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't even real vanilla.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah. Hey, for all the young kids, obviously you're doing this for 50 years. There's a mountain of longevity. It just doesn't seem like the younger generation sticks a whole lot. What advice would you give them getting into this?
Boy, that's a good question. Man,
Because we need young officials.
Oh my goodness gracious!
I can tell you what he told me when I started. You know the rules and all that good stuff, and you said handling coaches, but a good official is know how to handle situations.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because everyone can call the safe out for the most part. Ball
Common
strikes.
sense.
Common sense in handling situations is what differs from state tournament officials to
Yep.
True.
regular officials.
True. That's very true. To get young ones in, we do have clinics where
Yeah.
they can come. One of the issues we kind of have now is does their job allow them
Yeah.
to go at these particular times to show up? Like if you got, I don't know, Guthrie how that works, but they start these games at 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
At Ripley and Frontier and around. Can the guy get off at 3 to get there? It's just kind of a different thing. It's hard to get them started.
Is there a road in Oklahoma you haven't been on?
Well, there's one way out there west of Boise City. I never went. You know, there's a high school out there named Felt.
Oh, yeah.
I have not been to Felt.
You've not been to Felt.
I've not been to Felt.
If you have been to Felt, it's not the end of the world, but you can darn sure see it from there. That's right.
Speaking with Terry Porter.
You're thinking there's one west of Felt out there somewhere.
Well, there might be.
Might be.
I wouldn't know. I'll never know.
Speaking
Do you
with,
like that? I'm sorry, but do you like that story that Michoud gave you about how he goes cross country from night to night?
Yeah.
That's a pretty good story.
Oh, yeah, that's a good story. By
speaking
the way,
with, oh, yes, I'm going to stop.
by the way, Rick Michoud's one of the top
Yeah.
5
Yeah.
officials
He
in
sure is.
Oklahoma.
Good coach, too.
Oh, yeah.
He calls a lot of games as well.
Well, he's good.
Speaking with Terry Porter, longtime official, celebrating 50 years of officiating here on the High School Huddle. Lost count of all the state baseball tournaments you've done. Lost track of how many state basketball tournaments you've done. Of course, a lot of people know about your college career as well. Of those 3 sports, which one's the most difficult to call?
You took my question.
Oh, sorry.
I can tell you which one he's going to say is the worst.
Of the baseball, basketball, and football, which one's the most?
Or soccer.
Oh,
Soccer. Come on.
Come on.
Soccer.
What's wrong with you?
I didn't know they play soccer.
I thought I might get a little bit.
I'll tell you this way: the one official I respect the most in all of sports is a home plate umpire in Major League Baseball.
That's what she said.
Yep.
I have no clue because I've umpired OSU and OU games in baseball in Oral Roberts. And I was at OSU, not to get off on this, but I was at OSU and John Farrell, the Boston Red Sox. Bye, John.
Coach Lazenby from Glencoe's leaving.
Great coach,
Yep.
great man.
He would bring us state trophies with him, but he doesn't. They're not a big enough truck. So
Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm behind the plate at OSU. John Farrell, the manager for the Red Sox, is pitching. I haven't. It's thrown at 91. They said I'm not seeing the ball. I have no clue, and I'm thinking if I ever get this game over with, I'm leaving. So I did. Finally got the freaking game over with. I walked by Tom Holliday, the OSU coach. I'm supposed to have Arkansas. Like a couple, 4 or 5 days later, I walked by him. I said, Tom, I'm not coming back. Boy, what you got? You know all that. You got to. I said, no, I'm never coming back. I'm horrible. I'm in your way. I hated every second of it. I'll never be back. I'm horrible. So that's true.
Try some of that small town Oklahoma when they have one pitcher that throws at about 87, and their catcher just got off of a combine and might show up, might not, and you're trying to dodge 87-mile-an-hour fastballs without a catcher that can get. You've done that a time or two.
Oh yeah, we've all done that.
Talk about high school basketball, how that's changed. I mean, it's so fast. I mean,
It's changed.
Well, you did
a lot.
first of all, for those that don't know, girls basketball, especially in the smaller schools, was 6-on-6 until very recently, about 10 years ago?
95, 20 years ago.
Yeah. Okay. Has it been that long? Okay. Dad actually refereed the very last 6-on-6 basketball game ever played, because I think Iowa did away with it the year before Oklahoma did.
That's
If I may, along that line, I did the last 6-on-6 girls game ever played, and I did the last Big 8 football game ever played.
And you had the first overtime NCAA Division I football game, Oklahoma State and Southwest Missouri State.
Yeah. But the difference in basketball is they used to come down and set up and work it around, and we could get in position and we could see stuff. But now it is wall to wall, sideline to sideline. They're running their lanes and they're bringing the ball up as fast as they can, or you got a full court press and they're passing here and there, and you can't outrun a pass.
It's a lot of walking, isn't it?
Yeah, I have to really walk fast.
a lot of walking.
I really do. I have to walk fast. That's a good point.
Hey, by the way, Dad, you'd be proud of me. Chris is my witness. I did set a record that can never be broken.
What would that be?
Well, have you ever done a junior high set where you have 5th and 6th grade girls, 5th and 6th grade boys, 7th and 8th grade girls, and 7th and 8th grade?
Oh, yeah.
Well, the 7th and 8th grade girls is a lot of fun, right? No, not really. I told Evans before the game started that I am not calling a single foul in the entire game.
Boy, I don't know how you can get away.
I did it.
Did you?
We went the entire game. We called one foul the whole game. Evans calls it, and it's for 2 shots.
Well, congratulations.
Still mad about
the
that.
first quarter.
Has she woke up yet? Was she not completely out?
Now, that record could never be broken.
No, it can't be.
That's after we threw that guy from Bristow out. Evans goes, hey, that guy doesn't like you very well.
Yeah.
Casey said, "Which one?"
Which one? That guy right there. Okay, well, I guess I'll throw him
Guess
out.
he's got to leave.
He's got to leave.
If I want to finish, I'd like to finish up on that basketball question because it really came to my mind. We don't shoot as well. We don't shoot the 15-foot jump shot.
Yeah.
Hardly at all. By guy.
Girls don't shoot as well as they used to, do
Well,
they?
if you let them set their feet, they do.
Yeah, they do.
But
You always said that the girls actually shot the ball better than boys.
if you ever look at free throw percentage, I'll bet you'd see girls is a lot better. But if they get their feet set, they can really fire. But now they're shooting threes, and they're dunking.
Yeah.
And they're going to the hole.
Yeah.
But in the old days, we had so many smooth 15-foot jump shooters. It was beautiful.
Well, in football too. I mean, in the '80s when you officiated in the Big 8, you had the wishbone, you had power eye. Now, shoot, I mean, it's a play every
Same
night.
time,
Yeah.
Pretty similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's wide,
it's
wall
just,
to wall.
Yeah.
Wall to wall, fast.
Yeah.
Fast break on.
Which the good part of it is if you do miss a call, nobody can remember it 3 minutes later because there's been 9
that's
other
true.
plays.
And by the way, if I might slip this in there, Saturday, this may be self-serving, but I was down at Miami and I saw 2 Guthrie boys playing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tulsa was playing.
Yeah, Evan Plack and Blake Belcher.
Yep. And I didn't see them and talk to them
66.
personally, but they were down there.
Yeah, Evan started at right tackle.
Belcher's hurt.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Blake started 2 years at left tackle. Or no, wait, Blake's left tackle and no. One of
Blake's
them's
left
one of
tackle.
them's-
Blake's left tackle, yes.
And Evan's right. Is that
No,
right?
Evan's left tackle.
Left tackle.
Evan's left tackle.
And
yes.
Blake was right. Okay.
Yes.
Blake was.
Right.
And,
right.
speaking of Tulsa, they rely on a lot of small school Oklahoma and then the Tulsa area. You have done just millions of those small school awesome games, the Bowley Boynton games.
Ooh, yeah.
Games that, like you say, people never know they exist for 104, 102.
Right.
Talk about some of the greatest games that you remember that maybe nobody's ever heard of.
Oh, New Lima playing Bowley over at Payton one time in a regional, 104 to 103.
Really?
Oh, yeah, with about 22 people in the stands. And then we had, when Bowley was rolling, we had a big guy named Wade Williams who went to play OC somewhere. We're down there. He ripped the backboard out of the wall. He's about 6'4" and he weighed 220.
Back when the backboards were stuck
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
wall.
yeah.
You've seen them,
yeah,
Phil.
absolutely.
They're screwed
I
into
hung
the
on a
wall.
couple of them, yeah.
Yeah, they're not hanging down like the fancy ones. They're
So you
screwed into
dunked
the
on
wall.
a couple of them?
No.
Oh, okay.
Coach Bowen has yelled at me several times at lunch hour. Nichols, get off that.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
how I do about it.
Keep going. Sorry about that.
Well, that's okay. Now, over here at Langston one night, Coach Bales, Rick Bales, my partner, greatest girls game I ever had, Okarche played Frontier. Mm-hmm. Plumley girl was playing for Frontier. She started at OU as a freshman, and Okarche was Okarche, who they're always
good.
was,
They have 2 Hall of Fame coaches still.
Right.
Sherry, I can't remember her last name, Ray West.
Myers.
Myers,
right,
yeah.
But anyway, we're over here at Langston. This is the area.
Yeah.
Let's go to state. And I can't remember, Frontier was ahead. They were ahead like 7 with about 3 minutes to go. Well, Okarche comes back and goes ahead with about 8 seconds left.
Yeah.
Frontier throws it into Plumley. She comes to half court, fires it up, and hits nothing but net, and they win by 2 to go to state. And what I remember about it other than that was crowd was wonderful.
Yeah.
And I remember going over to Coach Stevens at Frontier and Coach Myers to talk to them about something like a timeout or something. They wasn't looking at you. They had this look. They were looking through you.
Yeah, right.
Like I'm sure if you coached or
They had so many things going
They
on.
were- they didn't know I was there. And
Yeah.
thank God that's what you want.
Yeah.
But I'd have to say, hey, Coach, I mean, they'd call a timeout and then they were still thinking, you need to ask them, is this a 30 or a full? And their mind was looking.
Already, yeah.
Boy, they
Right,
were so
right.
busy.
Wow.
It was I've never seen a girls' basketball game played that well. It was amazing.
I've got a neat story about my son Tyler, and I obviously wanted to make sure Tyler knew the small school scene like I knew it.
Right.
Of course, I would go with Dad, whether it be baseball, basketball, or football. I'd be an 8, 9-year-old, 10-year-old kid, and it would just be get out of the car, and I had 3 or 4 hours to just run around and do whatever the heck I wanted to do.
Right.
You talk about a fun time. Why I love sports to today, obviously. So Dad and Rick Bales are going out to Lomega, which is Loyal and Omega together, which is it's not even a town. I mean,
Right.
They have a town, but the school is literally just on the side of the road. So I want to take Tyler so he can see this. He's never seen anything like this. Well, literally, we're just driving down the road, and all of a sudden there's a school in the middle
It
of the field.
appears.
It just appeared.
Yeah.
I mean, to today, it just blew his mind how that is a high school. Son, you have no clue what the people talk about consolidating all these smaller schools. They have no, and Lomega girls, obviously, and they're talking about going out of Class C, and if they do that, they'll win every state title. But probably going to win a state title again in Class B. Girls, they've been incredible forever.
Well, we've talked about small town Oklahoma sports, right? And is there anything better?
No.
It's just,
No.
some of the
Big
fun,
house.
No.
Oh, yeah. If you want to experience something, go down to the big house. Every
Wrestling or basketball.
Yeah, but basketball. There's something special about the
The
basketball.
Mabee Center was a good place for the 5 and 6A.
Yeah,
that held a special place in my heart.
But we went down there a
Definitely
few years
played,
ago when Coyle boys were in the finals and really caught a run in the playoffs and really played above their heads.
Everybody in that town was there.
Oh, everybody. And it was so exciting.
Speaking of that, give us your best big house moment. Do you have one? I know I have one. It was about 7. Michelle and I were talking about this today. They started the game with Millwood and Sequoia Tahlequah.
Yeah.
And Millwood hit a shot at the buzzer, girls, to win. And then the next game was Keaton Page. And he scored 12 points in the first 47 seconds.
He wasn't very good.
Yeah, and then 2 games later, Rodney Clark played.
Yeah, he wasn't very good.
And then they ended that night with a game that I believe the lead changed hands 3 times in 2 seconds. Do you remember that day?
Yeah, I remember that day, but what if I want to blow your mind that Rodney Clark and Keaton Page were on the same junior high team?
With David Page.
Oh, my goodness
Yeah.
gracious. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
So did you call quite a bit of their games?
No.
Those two, you never called one?
I've never called Rodney, and I've called the Page young man quite a few times.
Okay.
Is he the best small school? Now, Pawnee 2S small school. Is he the best small school player you ever saw?
Well, with his, I'm going with Joe Atkinson from Coyle.
Wow.
Joe. He still holds the Big 8, Big 12 rebound record.
Second guess in a
Block shot.
in a row
that said that.
that has said
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe Atkinson from
That
Coyle.
said Joe was the best.
Was that the best small school team ever with Wayne Gross and his brother and Jackie? And
Oh, man.
Conway was coaching them.
New lineman, late 70s, Boynton.
Yeah.
Jerry Belton Jr., the coach's son, and then Frontier. Let me tell you, Frontier, I don't remember what year, with Coach Weckstein's son, Coach the other, the principal's son that coached at Dover, Jackson.
David Jackson.
They had a kid
He's a
named-
Mustang now, yeah.
That Glencoe with Ty Lazenby about 3 years ago. You've got a couple of Leedy teams that were unreal.
What about Quay and
Well, way back then.
yeah.
Well,
we have a joke. All these communities that used to have gas stations in elementary school.
Right.
Now, of course, they don't exist anymore.
Right.
So we
if I may, that '99 Yale team, I'll never forget. I mean,
the oldest Page, is that right?
Brady Page
Yes.
coaches at Hennessy, but then they had Hank Dooley, who passed away. He was 6'7", 6'8". Maybe I was sitting at the arena the longest. This guy sitting by me, and you go, here comes Yale, comes bouncing out there to warm up. This guy goes, mercy, that's a junior college team.
Yeah.
And of course, Coach Page was coaching them, and they may be it. Because they had Elliott that could shoot threes, never missed.
Talking about Yale.
Yes. Yale in '99. Then there was a Rattan team from way down there. Had the Clay brothers. I was refereeing them in the state tournament one time, and playing Ripley. So this kid shoots Alan Clay shoots about a 22-foot three. Of course, it's nothing but net.
Yeah.
So Coach
doesn't hit that; it just drops.
It just went through there fast. But anyway, so that happens a couple of times. So great, best defensive coach there is, Coach Scott. He just backs a couple of guys out on this guy. Don't bother Alan Clay from Rattan. He backs up about 2 more feet and just keeps firing. and they keep going.
Oh, geez.
No, I mean, that was
wow.
Boy, Yale 90 at Frontier. Yeah, there are also many.
Joe Carter, the best amateur baseball player you ever umpired for?
Boy, Joe Carter. Yeah, probably.
Yeah. He had one in Stillwater one night that
went over the football field.
Yeah. Well, I think it one-hopped the scoreboard, which was in the east end zone and clear on the north side of it. I mean,
no, I'm going to go with Billy Brim.
Billy Brim.
Yep, from Asher. Of course, he's our
my second uncle.
He died.
Yeah.
He went to OU. Anytime.
First of all, Billy Don Brim played for Asher, and he pitched and won 8 state championships pitching on the mound. 8 in his
Now,
high school
I
career.
can't get
Wow.
top that.
Can't beat that.
No, you can't.
And then they're
Fall
playing.
Spring, yeah.
They're playing Gracemont, a state championship game.
Have you heard this story?
No.
Yeah.
Joey Edlin pitches for the Cardinals,
Mm-hmm.
St. Louis Cardinals, Gracemont. And Billy Brim's pitching for Asher. They hook up for 17 innings, 0-0.
Billy Don hits a home run on the bottom of the 17th.
Hit a home run bottom 17.
1-0.
He pitches
Wow.
this thing between Joey Edlin.
They both threw the whole game.
They both threw the whole game. I'm going to say, now the number, I don't know exact, but it's over 50 strikeouts.
Yeah. Well, one had 41, and the
Yeah.
other had.
I mean,
It was unbelievable.
it's
You know,
ridiculous.
you talk about, pitchers back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
I heard Coach Days, him and I, we both eat at Simone's a lot in the mornings. And,
Oh, yeah.
and so we always talk about,
Stud, by the way.
oh,
Yeah.
big time, yeah. But we always sit down there and talk about, just life and sports.
Oh,
and
yeah.
just there. But there was somebody that asked me the other day, and I didn't know who the gentleman was, but you could tell he knew Coach Days. And he said, Coach, I was trying to figure out the other day, back when you were playing, who were the good closers? He goes, well, those were called starting pitchers.
Yes. Hey, there's a rumor going around that I think it was here that back before you got into the Big 8 that you threw a flag and you were mad at the coach. And you threw it so high that it actually went out of the stadium. That's a rumor that went
That
out.
might be a false rumor. I want to go back to two people. Yeah.
You think so?
In baseball, I got to add Phil.
Have you ever
Stevens.
seen him throw a flag when he's mad?
No, I haven't.
I have to add.
Phil Stevenson.
I have to. I've umpired him down here. And then the best athlete I ever saw in high school was
Thank you.
Woody.
Wake up,
was
Chris.
Chris Evans. No, was Woody Beisel from Perry. He has no equal. In my mind, he has no equal.
That's what Ron said too.
He has no equal. First of all, he looked like a Greek statue.
Yeah.
And then he was all-state football at least once. Never got beat. First freshman state champion wrestler in the history of Oklahoma. Baseball all-state, pitched, hit. I saw him hit a ball so far up at Alba one day. He hit it every bit as far as Joe Carter.
Did you hear Ron's story about him? About how he got
I'll
hit?
believe anything they say about Woody Beisel.
How big was he, Coach?
I'd say 6'1", weighed 220, and absolute solid muscle, total. And his shoulders were this wide, and he didn't talk. And I refereed a lot of his games. I'd say Woody something or other. And the best story, I was right down here at Guthrie, and he's playing. It had rained. Max Townsend's the baseball coach at Guthrie here at that time, and I'm behind the plate. It rained, so Woody's batting, and there's like 8 scouts over there by that old concession stand you all used to have.
Oh yeah.
Max walks him the first time he comes up. He walks him the second time he comes up. He walks him the third time he comes up. The fourth time, and Woody's very laid back, could whip any man on earth.
Oh, yeah.
He's an absolute stud. Fourth time, he walks, he puts him on again. Woody takes his bat and goes, wham.
Slams it down. Yeah.
And the end of the bat stuck in the mud. It wasn't just mud, but it stuck in the wet dirt. An inch or so. and I'll never forget, I've ever seen it. It kind of stood there a little bit. It just kind of stood there, and eventually it fell over. But it was.
That's not Dad's best
He made a
Guthrie
statement.
story, though.
He made a statement.
No, that's not Dad's best Guthrie story. He has 2 way better than that.
Norman.
One is there at Stillwater one night, and there was a rule interpretation.
Yeah.
Gerald Reed, the famous Guthrie coach, thought Dad was wrong, which I'm sure Dad was wrong.
I was wrong. I'm sure. I have no idea.
And Gerald had the rule book, and Gerald was going to come out on the field with the rule
Well,
book.
he did.
He did.
And Dad goes, Gerald, I might be wrong, but all I know is if you bring that rule book on the field, both you and the rule book are exiting.
You're leaving.
Oh, yeah. So
was
anyway,
like,
this is like the third
You
year.
and that rule book are really
Yeah. This is about the second or third year I'm at Guthrie. And I'm telling the story about how in 1989, the year Guthrie won state, Coach Young's son, Kendall, they're taking infield and they're playing McAllister. And he intentionally throws a ball taking infield into the McAllister dugout. Intentionally, no doubt, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Brawl ensues, okay? I mean, bench clearing brawl.
I would hope so.
Okay.
If somebody did that.
So, Dad's thrown out McAllister people. Dad's thrown out Guthrie assistants. And so here comes Gerald Reed, and he goes, Terry, you threw out the wrong assistant. And Dad goes, I don't care which assistant goes. You pick him, and I'll throw him out. And I'm telling the story in the coach's office, and Michoud goes, yeah, he picked me.
He did.
He sure as heck did. I was like, oh, crap, I didn't realize it was you. I had no idea it was Rick. I was telling him, he let me tell the whole story, too, right in front of him.
I love that.
Wait, I've got to get at it before I do that. Loudest college football stadium ever been in?
Rose Bowl probably.
Rose Bowl, okay.
Nebraska could get loud. OU can get pretty loud. I never even really thought. Oh, I know. Syracuse.
Really?
The Dome. The Dome.
Oh, okay.
There's a tie between Syracuse, and I went to Minnesota twice. I had OU at Minnesota one time. Those two, I couldn't hear my partner. I couldn't hear it. Like we're as close as we are here. Couldn't hear a word he's saying.
Yeah.
Minnesota and Syracuse.
As we leave, Dad, and I know you don't. I mentioned you don't like to talk about yourself, but we are celebrating your success and all the years. I wanted you to share with us the thing that, with all the success you've had, the thing you're most proudest
of. Being honest with what I do.
Yeah.
And the proudest thing I am as an official is if you're on the road, if a coach comes in the gymnasium or the football field, and he sees you, and he gets an instant feeling of relaxation. Okay, this is one thing I don't have to, I'm speaking as a coach, I don't have to worry about.
Mark it off.
I don't have to worry about the officiating.
Yeah.
That's where you want to be as an official.
Yeah.
That when the coach comes in here, he goes, oh, at least I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
And that's what you want to be. You've been there, Chris, and you feel we all. That's what you want. I don't know what you call it, but boy, that's what you want.
I don't know what you call it, but I've seen it. And I've seen it with the Guthrie staff, of course, being down the sideline on Friday nights.
When David Gore's crew would come in.
David Gore's crew's there. It's amazing how much calmer the coaches are. I don't really.
You're a sideline reporter.
Well, everybody is. Yeah, I'm more calm. Everybody's more calm.
Right,
But no, that's a great. And now, I mean, it's just. There's something to be said.
Just relax.
Yeah. It's like, okay, I can focus on my kids, focus on coaching, and doing the job.
Yep,
hey, by the way, did you and Randy Stevens go to the dance after that game? Well, he told the story. He had a really official, and he was all nervous. There was a timeout, about 2 minutes left to go in the state championship game, and went up to Dad for advice, and Dad said, hey, are we going to the dance after this game?
Well,
Put it all in perspective.
Well, your mother might be listening. So.
Well, Mr. Porter, we appreciate spending some time with us, and it was a great reception we had here in a little bit, and congratulations on a great career. I know you were a big part of getting me started as well, so it's really
well, let me say this in the parting. What a wonderful job you guys are doing. You know, not everybody's willing to talk about high school sports. In fact, it's so rare. I can't even think of another area. It is so wonderful when I'm laying in bed and I turn you guys on, and you're going to talk about Coyle or Guthrie or Cashion or whatever it is. What a refreshing thing to have happen, because isn't this the grassroots? Isn't this where actually, I don't care how up it, I've flown on an airplane this last weekend with an NFL official. He did the Washington game, Derek Bowers, and we got to talking. You never forget your high school, whether you played. That's what you talk about when you're 65 years old. My high school friends, our team back in 61 or 82 or whatever, and what you are presenting this to the public at this level, where people can tune in and talk about a person they know.
Yeah.
And they say, yeah, I knew his uncle. His uncle played for the Blue Jays. Or his cousin, his cousin played over there at MO, or he played at Coyle. And this is what we need more of.
Yeah, I'm sure there's someone in Pawnee, you think he's good, and they're not bringing up the guy from
that one night, and the guy from Ralston recognized him.
Yeah, Ralston. Yeah, there you go. Didn't even have school anymore.
Hey, before you get out of here, I know we're short on time. 2 questions, and these will be the last 2 questions of the night. What time are you going to wake up tomorrow? What time's your nap?
Well, I have 3 naps a day.
3 naps a day, okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get rid of you.
Why do you do that? Why do you do?
Only reason
because you can?
Because I can, and the only reason I wake up so I can have another nap.
The retired life is good.
It's wonderful, guys.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Porter.
Take your time out. This is the High School Huddle on Hot 93.7 FM.
When you're hungry, here's a little trick. Jump in the car and head to Golden Chick. When it's gotta be great and it's gotta be quick, you gotta get your tenders at Golden Chick. Golden Chick, for the best chicken, you know what to do. Golden Chick,
F&M Bank is a neighborhood bank with 8 branches and 17 ATM locations across 4 counties in central Oklahoma. F&M Bank can help you with all of your personal, business, and agricultural banking needs, or simply add efficiency to your business. Check out F&M Bank with online and mobile banking at www.fmbankok.com or download their app and have all of their services in the palm of your hand. F&M Bank is a neighbor you can count on. F&M Bank, member FDIC.
Providing unequaled service and exceeding our customers' expectations has always been and always will be the goal of the John Vance Auto Group, conveniently located at 5322 South Division in Guthrie, Oklahoma.
Welcome back to the High School Huddle. Join the huddle yourself and let us know your thoughts by calling our toll-free number at 1-800-897-3678. Don't have time to call? Send us a text at 405-973-8645 or simply tweet us by using the hashtag OKHSHuddle. Now let's get back in the huddle and talk high school sports.
It is High School Huddle here on Hot 93.7 FM KSBI. Phil Nichols, Casey Porter, Chris Evans with you here at Stacy's Place. And we always brag about their food, guys. Just like tonight, banquet room. We had 20, 30 people back there. It is a perfect fit. They can get 50, 60 people in there. They got plenty of room. That is one of the best things about this place. All the spacious dining area for those private moments or for those gatherings like we had tonight.
That was a pretty room to all them old officials showed up, wasn't it?
Well, I'll tell you, that was a neat thing. There's a lot of years of sports represented in that room tonight, and just a neat thing.
Yeah, Stacy's Place did that thing right, didn't they?
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
Fried chicken. I asked Stacy.
This is the place to do it.
Meatloaf. I said, hey, so you add fried chicken? And she goes, no. She makes great fried chicken, though, by the way.
Oh, man.
Hey, guys, this is a note here, kind of off the field, kind of on the field type deal, but Justin Broyles, John Marshall, #1 kid in the state of Oklahoma, he's already signed. I think it is signed to play with OU, committed, but he's done his financial aid paperwork with OU. Does that because he's going to go. He's leaving last semester. He's done with high school right now.
Graduated.
He's graduating now. He's going to go to OU and get ready. He's passing all of his last semester with his friends in school. You're the guys who thought, and it's not just him. In the state of Oklahoma, Levi Draper, who we know very well.
Where's he going?
Collinsville.
Of Collinsville.
Where's he going?
OU.
He's going OU also?
As well as Creed Humphrey, the offensive lineman from Shawnee. All three are deciding to go to college in January, passing their last semester. You like it? I like it.
I don't like it, and I think they will regret it because I don't think any of those – I know 2 of the 3 will be redshirting anyway, so what are they really gaining by going down there? Maybe all 3 will be redshirting.
I don't like it if they play a spring sport and they're bypassing their spring sport to get a head start on their best sport. If they don't play a spring sport and they've already passed all their credits, I really don't have an issue with it.
Yeah, I don't have – let me qualify my answer. I'm saying I think as a kid, I think there will come a time in their life that they will look back and regret that because they're not going to gain that much by going this one. They're going to redshirt. Chances are those 3 kids you mentioned, for sure 2 of them are going to redshirt. The kid from Shawnee is going to redshirt.
Most linemen are better if
they're going to redshirt, right? The Draper kid, I cannot imagine him not redshirting. Now, that's not a slam on the kid. I just can't imagine a situation where he doesn't.
But what's he going to do this spring if he doesn't play a spring sport?
Well, my point is spend that time with the guys that you've spent the last 12 years of your life with. Because when you're a 50-year-old man, I have a sneaking suspicion they'll probably look back and go, dang, I wish I'd done that.
What did Terry Porter just tell us?
High school is what they remember. So I think it's I don't judge them for doing it. I don't think they're being selfish or anything. I just think they're gonna miss out on something.
And Justin Broyles talking to the Oklahoman today or yesterday, whatever it was, quote, at first I didn't want to do it, but then I was like, why not? It gives me a leg up on the others that didn't decide to come around the country, not just at OU. I can go in there, get acclimated to the system, the weights, condition program, all of that.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it unless, like I said, unless they're skipping a spring sport to do it.
Yeah.
Which obviously hurts their high school. You know, that's kind of similar to some of these college kids now electing not to play in their bowl games. Yeah. That's a weird deal.
No. I tested.
That's a slippery slope.
I tested that water with Phil on it. More quick. Broyles is one of 11 Sooners, one of 11 this year that's going to be going to OU in January. That's
became the norm.
Yeah.
It's becoming
or
more and more.
At least more norm, yeah.
But unfortunately, I think a lot of these kids make that decision based because they think that it's kind of the vogue thing to do. I just don't think they're thinking it through.
Curious how college coaches approach that.
They want them as soon as they can get them.
Oh, the second they can get them.
Yeah.
Get
From
them
the
in the weight
nutrition
room.
perspective.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know.
And it doesn't bother. It really doesn't bother me if the universities push. I mean, it doesn't. I don't see anything wrong with it. I just think the kids
I would make the
themselves
same
are going to
decision
regret
too
it.
if I was them.
I would have.
If
I'd go against my own advice. I'd go as soon as I could have. I mean, I would have.
Well, like I said, if I wasn't a trackster or a baseball player,
Well, it's Chris he tested the waters with a few of us earlier this week on the college deal, and I was very quick to say, and my answer will probably surprise you.
I have no problem with it.
I have no problem with it either, especially some of these kids. I mean, this is a business decision for a lot of these kids, and I don't have a problem with it.
It's
I know
up to
Chris
them.
does, but it is.
There's a good chance that they're actually harming their stock with a kid like from Baylor.
Yeah.
If you're going out early because you did not get along with your coaching staff, that's a red flag.
Absolutely.
The first question that they're going to ask is, why are you leaving early?
Why?
And if it's not because I have trillions of dollars on the line because I'm going to be a high draft pick, then that's going to be a red flag on you as opposed to something that's advantageous for you.
Yeah.
So I don't see any these schools. These schools make millions of dollars off these kids. I have been to these bowl games that Dad has officiated with the Derek Thomases and the Keithan McCants and all of these guys on the field. And I do know, I mean, just looking at them, even back then in the 80s, you're thinking, my God, what if this guy gets hurt? And it's not fair to that kid. When you're talking about a sporting event that is a scrimmage. I mean, literally, it's a scrimmage. It does not count towards anything. No issues with it whatsoever.
I don't like it though. I mean,
it's a slippery slope.
It is, but also on the other side, the coaches can just leave and move on.
Having said this, at that second that child decides not to play in that bowl game, the scholarship money needs to end, and it needs to be given to one of the kids that come in earlier, to somebody else, or to save the money. They should not be getting scholarship money and not playing.
Well, because they're done taking classes anyway. They're done.
And
shut it down.
And obviously it depends on
why do you get a degree?
Well, most people get a degree to improve them stock and be able to go out and make more money.
To make a living.
Right, absolutely.
Why do you go to college? To make a living.
Right. That's what these guys are doing.
That's what they're doing. They're making it business.
Absolutely. No, I have no problem.
And if it was one of the final 3 games of the year, they probably would stay. I mean, if they were in the Final Four, they're not going to.
If they were a Big Ten or a Pac-12 school,
they have nothing to gain.
And they're going to the Rose Bowl, they're going to go to that game.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just telling you, if Stanford was playing in the playoffs, he'd be playing.
Yes.
I'll ask you this, Chris.
There's no doubt in my mind.
I'll ask you this, Chris. If you're David Shaw, what do you tell McCaffrey? Do you tell him to play?
I think he told him that it was okay if he didn't.
I think he was the one who told him
not to play.
What if it's a quarterback? I mean, the quarterback is the main part of your team.
That's a great point.
I mean, you lose. I mean,
well, I'll tell you one thing.
I get it, but I just.
Let me ask.
I understand all that.
If you're David Shaw, what do you say to McCaffrey? If you, Chris Evans, or David Shaw, what do you say to him? What advice do you give him?
Ultimately his decision, so I'm sure whatever decision, I'm going the easy way out.
Yeah, what if you tell the kid to stay and then he rips his ACL out and all of a sudden he went from being a top 2 or 3 pick?
Yeah.
I told Danny Holderman, he was a switch hitter, and he goes, Coach, I just can't see the ball right-handed. I said, well, then just hit left-handed. So he gets up left-handed, gets hit in the hand, and breaks his hand. Oh, great. That wasn't very good advice.
That's a problem.
Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate it.
All right, we got to get our final timeout here. When we come back, we will talk about the Oklahoma had their first All-State team, and boy, is a defensive team loaded. We'll talk about that. I think there might be a discussion for quarterback, though. It's kind of interesting there. We'll do that after their final timeout. This is the High School Huddle on Hot 93.7 FM, KSBI.
When you're hungry, here's a little trick. Jump in the car and head to Golden Chick. When it's gotta be great and it's gotta be quick, you gotta get your tenders at Golden Chick. Golden Chick, for the best chicken, you know what to do. Golden Chick, sides and rolls made fresh for you.
F&M Bank is a neighborhood bank with 8 branches and 17 ATM locations across 4 counties in central Oklahoma. F&M Bank can help you with all of your personal, business, and agricultural banking needs, or simply add efficiency to your business. Check out F&M Bank with online and mobile banking at www.fmbankok.com or download their app and have all of their services in the palm of your hand. F&M Bank is a neighbor you can count on. F&M Bank, member FDIC.
Providing unequaled service and exceeding our customers' expectations has always been and always will be the goal of the John Vance Auto Group, conveniently located at 5322 South Division in Guthrie, Oklahoma.
Welcome back to the High School Huddle. Join the huddle yourself and let us know your thoughts by calling our toll-free number at 1-800-897-3678. Don't have time to call? Send us a text at 405-973-8645 or simply tweet us by using the hashtag OKHSHuddle. Now let's get back in the huddle and talk high school sports.
Final segment here on the High School Huddle, Hot 93.7 FM, KSBI. Phil Nichols, Casey Porter, Chris Evans, coming to you from Stacy's Place. Beautiful downtown Guthrie, 111 West Harrison. Open now 7 days a week. We invite you to come down here, right here in the heart of downtown Guthrie. Final segment here. Got about 5 minutes left, and the Oklahoma came out with their all-state football team, first team selections. And here's the defensive backfield here, guys. And the one I don't know, Malcolm Rodriguez.
Malcolm?
Yeah,
he's the one from he's the one going to OSU.
From Wagner.
From Wagner, yeah. And he was the one we were talking about a couple weeks ago that literally had no offers. And OSU, and but if you talk to the Wagner people, you know, they've had Kevin Peterson and several Division I players, all the guys who have been around that program forever will tell you Rodriguez is the best athlete that's come through there. So I think he's one of those sleeper picks, diamond and rough type people.
Here's the 4 DBs. Rodriguez, Justin Broyles, number 1 player in the state of Oklahoma, had several. Trey Brown, Tulsa Union, and Zavon Collins from Hominy.
Oh, yeah.
How about that defensive backfield?
Zavion.
Hey, a little bit of shutdown there.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, Collins has some pretty good pedigree.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, a little good. His dad obviously stud division.
Sorry, your niece got beat up by the door again.
A stud defensive back for Oklahoma State in the early days. We mentioned that a couple times.
Yeah.
Linebackers, Draper, Mashburn, Sherman. Draper, obviously Collinsville, Mashburn, Norman North, and Sherman from Carl Albert.
Okay, tell me this. Okay, and listen, I've never seen the kid play.
Draper?
Yeah. Have you
committed to OSU?
Have you guys seen him? Have you seen him play?
I've seen him a time or two, yeah.
What's your thoughts on him?
He's legit.
Okay, legit kid.
Yeah, completely legit. He committed. And it's hard for me to say.
Well, he committed to O State and then pulled it and went to OU. Yeah. First time that's ever happened.
Right, and it was like the same week that OU beat OSU last week, so it's like a double win.
Ryan Broyles did it.
I was being sarcastic.
Yeah, but Broyles was one of those. Broyles was one of those time bombs where you're just well, when is it going to happen?
Yeah.
You knew that. I mean, as soon as OU put the heat on, you knew being from Norman.
Yeah.
But the Draper kid was that. It was like the week of the OSU-OU game afterwards.
That's just wrong, man.
It is.
Sonny Galloway, OSU. And then
Jackie Shipp.
Stillwater.
Jackie Shipp.
Yeah.
To me, Jackie Shipp's the worst, though.
Yes.
To be a Stillwater kid.
Yes.
Jackie. I mean, come on, man. Right?
And to be that good. Of course, having said that, we're talking about business decisions.
Well, no, I didn't blame him at the time.
What people don't understand about Oklahoma State in 1984, they went into that OU game and they were ranked 1 and 2 together. Yeah. So people say, why wouldn't you go? Well, OSU, that was back when they were cheating, and they were really good.
Didn't cheat enough, though. Couldn't get Jackie to go.
That was the second time they cheated.
Offensive line first team for the Oklahoman, which I respect the Oklahomans the best.
Creed Humphreys.
Creed Humphrey is on there. He's the senior along with Tyree Slott from Ardmore, going to TCU.
Yeah, going to TCU.
Bray Walker and Owen Condon from McGinnis.
Yes.
And Bray Walker, both juniors. Walker from Southmore on that team, as well as the Millwood juniors. So there's 3 juniors on this year's team. Tight end, Kohler from Norman North. Wide receiver. If you're from Noble and you're a wide receiver and you're on the All-State team, it must have been pretty darn good.
Pretty darn good.
Rubel Go, wide receiver.
Yeah.
running back Devontae Lee, John Marshall. He'll be the running back next year as well.
Was a Jones kid, Georgia.
No. They gave it to Norman North kid, Brandon Marquette.
Ooh,
I think I'd gone with the Gatorade Player of the Year.
Yeah, I think I would have too.
Yeah, was that a democratic decision, knowing that he had already had an award like that?
So
you go with someone else to spread out.
So much of this.
Was that the YMCA effect right there?
Absolutely. Listen, I'm gonna make some people mad. And again, I'm not picking on this kid. I don't know the kid.
Do it in 60 seconds, which I know you can.
Yes.
Creed Humphreys, overrated?
No.
You don't think
Not
so?
in any way.
I don't think so.
Reminds me of Gabe Eichert, if you remember him.
No, absolutely.
They'll put him in the right position. He'll get in a nutrition plan.
I think he reminds me of the kid from Duncan. I think he is overrated.
We'll see.
I hope not. I hope the kid's an All-American. He's an Oklahoma kid. I want him to do great.
Yeah.
I mean, I do. I want to see him do great. I hope I'm wrong.
Hey, we're out of time. It is amazing how fast the show goes week in and week out. Phil, you know what? Take next week off.
I don't know. I'll be here. Am I going to be the only one here?
You'll be the only one here.
Next week?
Yeah. All right.
What did you say? I'm sorry.
We're giving vacation.
Chris told me
can we come to Stacy's and get a free dinner anyway?
Chris told me I was leading the show next week, and then he told me there was no show.
Can we at least come and set the equipment up like we're having a show?
I'll come down here and get free food.
And get a sirloin?
Yeah, absolutely.
Make it look good.
Oh, look at here.
Hey, is that a wrap?
Your family struggles with this door.
We hope everyone out in high school land have a Merry Christmas, and a wonderful holiday, and we'll talk to you in 2 weeks.
I got to say this. I know we're going. Man, my new favorite show is tonight with Terry Porter on here.
Yeah.
That's all. No, seriously.
Two good shows in a row.
Big time for me.
Well, I don't know why you won't listen anymore if this is our best show.
No, I said for me.
Oh, for you. Okay.
For me, this is absolutely my favorite show.
All right. We need to get out of here. Again, big thank you to Terry Porter for stopping by, celebrating 50 years of fishing. That is a wrap. For my partners, Phil Nichols, Casey Porter, I'm Chris Evans. We'll talk to you next time. So long.
Oklahoma, huddle up. The High School Huddle on Hot 93.7 FM and streaming worldwide on GuthrieSportsPage.com.